just underway in the next frame. 5-all. It's first to 10, remember, to become champion here in Wuxi City.
Yes, £50,000 difference today. These boys are playing for 30,000 guaranteed, 80,000 to the winner. Neil won't be best pleased with that one. He's pushed that red over the corner. Expect this to be punch and counter punch between these two. Nice kiss as well. Oh, what about that one? Well, John Higgins, as we've already said, has got a new cue and he's settled into it very nicely. I mean, 2 finals in a few weeks, within a few weeks, and winning in Sofia, of course, in the first European Tour event. I don't think that's come up as well as he would have liked. I think he just blocked the pocket to the middle, the right middle. Well, perhaps there is room. There was, because he caught the far jaw.
Yes, and it's the sort of match where there won't be that much missing because they can't afford to. That could easily be his last shot of the frame. That's been the standard. So even a shot like that could be very important.
We'll be able to just nudge 1 or 2 more of these reds away from the black spot. Again, it's a little bit crowded at this end. Just try and give himself a little bit more room. Can't really get any better than these two as regarding match play. Both hard season campaigners.
9.
It's great. The story, really, Neil, is fantastic, David, isn't it? I mean, you mentioned you watched him when he first came over and played in all the qualifiers. You saw the raw talent, but the way he's gone about his business and polished every department of his game over the last few years has been fantastic, really. Came over to the UK with £500 in his pocket. He's made nearly £2 million on the table. Great story.
I think someone's, well, I'm sure they're moving around in his eye line or taking pictures. Michaela Tabb, the referee, just having a word. Not for the first time today, and I suspect probably not for the last. Yes, I think the pivotal moment in his development, he won the Masters qualifying event, played Jimmy White at Wembley. You can imagine what that was like. Jimmy's obviously always been popular in London, and Neil, I don't think, could quite believe the atmosphere, and he was a bit like a rabbit in the headlights, but he learnt from it, and the next time he played in a big occasion like that, he was ready, and he's been ready ever since. He's won 7 world ranking titles, including the World Championship. He's won the Masters. He's world #1 by some distance now. Mark Selby didn't qualify. Judd Trump went out early on.
As it shows you, John Higgins up to number 6 in the world from start place of 11. Yeah, Neil's already 6,000 points in front of Mark Selby, and still another 1,400 points to play for today.
25.
John Higgins then wondering how costly that miss is going to be to the right middle, because Robertson has been in excellent form the last few frames. So things have turned round here. They could turn back, of course.
33.
The final in Bulgaria was high quality, but obviously quite short. First to 4, wasn't as much time for things to turn around. This is a better distance for these two. A lot of people wondering with the new flat draw system, everyone in the very first round, the last 1 to 8, what would happen? Well, this is what's happened. It's Neil Robertson against John Higgins. The cream has risen to the top, as it always does.
Don't know whether he'll play a little cannon here of some sort or play on the loose one in the middle of the table. Goes to play the cannon. Well, it could have finished better. Just caught the red a little bit on the full side actually. Wanted to hit it more towards the right. Just come away from them a little bit more. Still got this one to the centre. Don't know whether he'll drop this in and just possibly cannon into the pink. Very unlucky not to land on a colour. And he's caught the pink, but he's caught it thin. And I thought he was going to stay in the middle of the table. So that is end of break. And he's got no option but to try and drop dead weight in behind the screen. And we know how tough these are on that back cushion. This table over the last 2 or 3 days has been playing super fast. They're all picked up actually during the week, the first couple of days, with just settling in, a little bit sluggish with the humidity, but once the heat got to them, they've played better ever since. You might just choose to come off the yellow and put the white to the side cushion near the brown.
Robertson 49.
Well, it's good thinking because he's put the yellow safe. I think he's covered the one on the right hand side. That was probably the better shot than trying to get him behind the green. Although it has bounced off this cushion. And John, well, you can see the one down the left hand side. Contemplating a plant perhaps. It was very difficult for Neil to get things totally safe there. He's going to have to take a slight risk. So he's having a go at this one then. So close, but it might have cost him the frame. If it went in, he might have won the frame. It's a very fine line sometimes. Didn't have the correct angle on the black, having to play on this red to the middle.
9.
You get two players of this class, David, at the top of their games like this in the final, and you just know it's going to be superb stuff.
Yes, it's a great pleasure to watch, isn't it? The great players when they're playing well, as these two have throughout the tournament, and indeed have done today.
But if Neil gets this one, John's going to have to think about steadying the ship a little bit.
Yeah, Robertson, he won the first frame, so that's the only time he's been in front so far. So he's about to go back in front. This black Should secure the frame. Advantage Australia.
22. 23. 30.
Let's not forget his tournament began, of course, in Gloucester at the qualifying, where he turned up without his waistcoat and trousers. We've got to pack them. Made a 147 in Matt Selt's clothes. And here he is now in front in the final.
38.
Do you think you might be asking for a little bit of commission then if he wins the 80,000 later today?
Might be an idea.
I think there might be a text message on the way.
Well, one thing he's not forgotten is how to play world-class snooker, which he's done all tournament. The only round until now where he was really pushed was the quarter-finals. Chow Yu-Peng was superb there, but Robertson won the last two frames to win 5-4. Other than that, it's all been pretty easy for him.
46. 52. 54.
Easy now. He's cueing so well.
57.
Well, don't be surprised if he knocks this in down the cushion as well.
He was close. Break ends at 57. John Higgins missed two reds in that frame, and the two breaks that Robertson made means that he now leads by 6 frames to 5.